Hi, I'm Jeff Kraus, president of Kraus Co Sports. What I want to show you now is when I'm demonstrating, when you get that appointment, which is great, and you're going to demonstrate the COLT or COLT PRO. All of you are equipped with a COLT PRO. This is what we've found is the best way to walk in with it fully dressed and ready to roll. So what I do is introduce to the coach. It's a COLT PRO. It includes the shoulder pads and jerseys. It does have an option where it comes without that. But the COLT PRO is made of foam vinyl, has spring-loaded arms, made for striking repeatedly. They'll spring back into the same spot. It's lightweight, it's handheld. There's 3 handles on the back, one down here, and the one at the bottom is so you can put your hands in here, your forearm in, and control pad level. So when guys are trying to jack this thing up, you can keep it low. Where is the COLT used? Well, it's used all over the field. It's used at defensive line, it's used at offensive line, linebackers, wide receivers, DBs. So it's used everywhere. I'll give you a couple examples of how they're using it. Right now, with defensive linemen, it's used basically at Michigan State. Coach Ron Burton, their D-line coach, uses it in a lot of different phases of their progression towards when they go live. And it starts from just an explosion base, and what he loves about it is that you have visual targets that will translate to when you go back against a live man. So if you want them striking the pad at the breastplate and moving up to the V of the neck, you can do it. If you want them out at the shoulder and then grabbing cloth, you can do it. And what's great for coaches is it's instant feedback. You tell them where you want their head, you tell them where they want their hands, and you can see it immediately. You can see it immediately. The player can see it immediately. He'll know if he's not getting his hands in the right spot. And the other part of it is you're always incorporating movement. So if I'm practicing against a defensive lineman, I can step out to him. I can make contact with him where he's actually going to make it on the field before he engages and then does a release move. So he can work constant hand fighting. You use it at the offensive line. It's a great tool for any zone blocking techniques, and even the gap schemes are great because, again, it's specific contact points. If I want your head across, so I want the offensive lineman to come to here, get his head across, get hand placement here, and one in the solar plexus, that's great. You can see it. You can control the pad level. You can move with him. The movement is huge. You never face a guy who stands still. It's great for zone blocking to work combos, because each guy has specific hand placement, so you're working a combo block with a guard tackle or a center guard. And what's great is you can work that, you can keep them here, let them get their push, have, say, the center work to the next level, and you're simulating linebacker movement now. And this linebacker is going to be moving. You can't do that with garbage cans, you can't do that with sleds. So it's an extremely effective tool. And the best part is you can do it at 100% speed. So one thing I tell coaches is, are there any drills where you're using shields or you're going at thud speeds? So that's just not full speed drills. Well, that's where you need this. It's going to make those drills better, guaranteed. Guaranteed. It makes them more effective. Technique will get better. You're going at 100% speed. You're having to engage, disengage, and get off of these arms. DBs, it's a great tool on the edge. 70% of their game is getting off of stop blocks. Practice it. Get them off with violent hands in space with movement where you're going out there. So there's lots of different uses. We'll get into specifically what some of those are, but that's the basis of my conversation. I like to give a little D-line, like to give a little O-line. If the coach shows interest in a specific area, that's where educating yourself on specific positions is going to be helpful in selling the product. But the big things are you control pad level as the coach, You get instant feedback to precisely where you want hand placement and head placement. And you're always incorporating movement. So you've got movement is on every single play. You're going at 100% speed in your reps. All those things are huge from the standpoint of practicing in today's day and age where safety is a priority. This is a great tool moving forward.